Take two.
Yeah, I mean, take one. We definitely have not done this before.
No.
Definitely we're not interrupted at all.
Absolutely not.
At any point in time, because this is a very professional setting.
Absolutely it is.
And so we were playing a game. We were not playing a game. We came up with the game.
Yeah.
Right here, right now, and since it's Pride Month, first day of it, Happy Gay Month, Queer Month, Trans Month, whatever you want to identify as month. We're playing a game where we take Cards Against Humanity cards and we make an impromptu story out of them. Go ahead.
All right.
And like I said, totally not before, you have to accept it as a game because of the law.
All right. This is the story. This is the Ballad of the Big Beefy Baseball Boys. Are you ready?
Oh, I've never been more prepared for a story in my life.
Once upon a time, in a planet far away, there was a planet where everything was decided through a game of baseball. And the governing body of this entire planet was a baseball team called the Big Beefy Baseball Boys. The quadruple B's. Big Beefy Baseball Boys, right?
Beefy Baseball Boys.
And one day...
And let me just ask real quick, how big and beefy were these baseball boys?
This is a different planet, so they're at least 20 feet tall and 40 feet wide.
That is, I'm going to have to say that is pretty big and definitely pretty beefy.
Oh yeah, it's a big-ass planet. So they're not, like, huge by comparison, they're just really big.
But they are beefy, though.
They are beefy as hell, though, yeah. Okay.
I was just making sure, just for context.
One day, a slave woman comes to them. And she's like, I'm tired of being a slave. Slavery is the pits. It really sucks. We should all be equal. Right?
Right, naturally.
And the Big Beefy Baseball Boys were like, you know what? You might be right. Right? I mean, slavery is really, really bad. I don't know why we're doing it. Like, I don't know.
It's like,
how this happened.
It was the Big Beefy Baseball Boys of the past.
Exactly. I mean, they were terrible people, and it's up to us to change the future, right?
That's right.
So they were like, yeah, we could do that for you. But then the evil people on the planet were like, nah, we need these slaves to do all the free work.
Right.
Right?
Because they were like, Big Beefy Baseball Boys, who's going to do this if they don't?
Absolutely. So what had happened was...
Okay, tell me what had happened.
They said, we're not sold on the idea. I mean, we don't want to divide the people over such an issue. We're afraid to act. We're afraid to make a decision that will affect everyone. What do we do? And the slave woman decided to do a magic spell on them through the power of a bold red lip. She put on their magic lipstick and tried to seduce them into making the decision she wanted, making a decision. And she said a magic spell.
What was the spell?
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but a bold red lip is so delightful.
She got a little tongue-tied there.
Yeah, she did.
The effects of the bold red lip.
Yeah, I mean, it's so intense.
I haven't been to this universe, so.
It's literally so intense, okay? And the Big Beefy Baseball Boys were like, holy shit, you're exactly right, slave woman with gorgeous, bold red lipstick.
Which is, of course, the Big Beefy Baseball Boys' worst weakness.
And they did, like, a really intense, amazing speech to all the people in their world. They were like, let us not be afraid to act for fear of offending those who would do us wrong. Let us act now or forever hold our peace on the matter. And it was decided then and there that there would be no more slavery on their planet, and world peace was achieved, but only for them. The end.
That is such a beautiful story, and I don't know how I'm going to follow that up.
I got this story from a letter sent to me by a fan.
I wish I could see the smile that you just like. But now give me the camera one, since they got my reaction to your story, they gotta get your reaction to my story, because it's only fair. Look at this very professional editing transition that we're totally not doing live. Oh my god! And the camera's gonna die soon.
Okay.
So I gotta, like, do this quick.
Tell your story fast!
Okay. It's late at night. You, Michaela Steve Camerbot, are in bed with your lover, Patrick Stewart. He leans over with a twinkle in his eye and he asks, how about sucking the caviar straight out of a fish's pussy?
I appreciate your honesty, Patrick.
And then you wake up. And you realize that for some reason you're asleep in the kitchen sink.
Oh my god!
You don't know how you got inside of the kitchen sink. But you are.
I am.
And you start looking around and you're like, oh, okay, well, why are my shoes in the toaster?
Why?
And why are my dishes in the oven?
Nothing makes sense.
Why is my dishwasher on the roof?
What did I drink?
And you're like, why am I doing stuff so bad? Like, what would happen last night? And so you walk out of your house and you're like, you know, you're barefoot. You can't wear your shoes because they were in the toaster.
I know.
So you look for your clothes and you go into your room and you're like, of course they're not in there.
No.
And so you're like, okay, I'll just go out naked.
All right. Let me see my bits.
And you, on your way out, you're like, oh, I should cover up at least the nips and the bits.
Nips and bits. I mean.
So you rip up the shower curtain.
Yeah, those are for me and Beyonce only. Nips and bits.
For you and Beyonce only.
Yeah, I mean.
Everybody knows the nips and bits are for you and Beyonce.
Everyone has an inherent Beyonce pass.
And so you walk to the doctor and you go to your therapist and you're like, hey, you know, all of this crazy shit have been happening to me and I don't understand. And your therapist is like, well, we've been over this. You're bipolar, psychosis, I don't even exist.
Oh
None
my
of
God.
this even, like, you're literally in the mental hospital. I don't know what you're talking about. The end.
The end. All right, yeah.
That was a beautiful
Yay!
story. And I think that's all we have time for. So this was
Beyonce.
literally a
Beyonce.
7-minute video.
Beyonce.